podcast. I'm a fellas party at the Traumaless podcast. I'm a ladies party at the Traumaless podcast. I'm a fellas party at the Traumaless podcast. Everybody 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 party at the Traumaless podcast.
Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast. Welcome to the Traumaless podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Traumaless Podcast. Make sure that you follow, like, comment, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms at Traumaless Podcast. For those who don't have the time to watch us, know that we do have an audio version on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you'd like to support, go and cop the merch on our website at www.traumalessapparel.com, or you can donate to our Traumaless Cash App at Officially Traumaless. Links for everything will be found on the link tree that is in the description below. Thank you and enjoy the episode.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Traumaless Podcast. I'm your host, JR.
And it's your co-host, Pat.
Today, we are going to have a great episode, but before we get into the main topic today, Pat, I'll let you go ahead and take over the mental tapping.
What's up, everybody? You know, over here at the Traumaless Podcast, we like to tap in and check in and see how everybody feeling. So I'm going to open up the floor. Actually, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little, I feel like a sack of potatoes, like I said earlier. But I'll say like I'm excited because like we're going into a new part of things. Like now that we don't have Nate in our corner, like, and it's going to be really exciting to see how we handle things, especially like our meeting earlier. Like it's going to be a lot going on, so I'm excited right now. I can't wait to see what we got moving forward and how things are going to turn out for us.
For sure. I would say I'm feeling a little, I would say accomplished, but also just feeling a little pressure. Just cause, I don't know, things are just kind of, I feel like I'm realizing the project is coming closer to an end. Mm-hmm. And so now things are kind of like setting more into reality, like, okay, what am I actually doing? What am I, working towards? Just kind of like the pressure of like my next steps. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's kind of yeah.
Good. Wait, when you say project, you talk about the project at work? Or
yeah.
Is it going, no, wait, was the contract picked back up?
Is it we got one more year left.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I don't know, my mindset is just really just like, I feel like the first year I was out here, it's not that I didn't waste my time. I feel like I more so was just kind of getting a sense of finding like my footing and like, kind of, maybe smelling the roses a little bit, taking my time with stuff, but like now it's just time, especially with everything going on in the world, like, it's like really not time to play around no more, so.
Yeah, it's time to really like start to put your foot on the gas, take yourself out of neutral, like put it in drive. Yeah. And you gotta start grabbing that bull by the horns, you feel me? So, I guess let's get into what brings us in today, our main topic, and which is how has social media affected people today? So, with that, what made me even when I had this conversation is because being on TikTok live a lot, being on social media in different ways, I personally start to feel some type of way, feel triggered and everything. And like, I remember a conversation that we've had plenty of times where you said like a lot of people, when it comes to them being on social media, they can't take in a lot of information at once. Like they can only take it in short bursts. So once you start to think about that, it's like, how is like social media really affecting us? Like not only just like in the outside world, but also like internally with us mentally and emotionally. So that made me let's have a conversation about this. So that goes into my first point, like the mental effect people think / see themselves. So from that, what is it that you feel like that social media is playing a part onto us?
I definitely think.
What?
Nah, just thinking, but I think it is. It's a double-edged sword. It has its good things and it's like its good side and its bad side to it. I think for my personal relationship with social media, it does open my mind. Like I guess some of the benefits that it does have on my mental health is that it does. It serves as a form of inspiration, and it serves as like a outlet to be able to let out some thoughts or be share your creative ideas or whatever the case may be. Find like-minded people. Just expose yourself to a different perspective that you may not have within your environment. But then I would say like the negative impacts is definitely like always gonna be like comparison, always like feeling like you're behind, like feeling like you're not where you need to be at in life. And then also doom scrolling, like it's like get caught like just scrolling. And doom scrolling not even necessarily just that scrolling loop where it's like you just open an app and next thing you know, an hour later you just sit there and watching memes or whatever the case may be. And it's like it don't really make me feel good about myself because it's like I said, you consuming so much information, so many different thoughts, opinions, and it's just like a whole bunch of noise. So for me, I'm kind of reaching a point in my journey where it's like I feel like I have to kind of take a step away, take a little detox from it, just so that I can get back to myself and just like really hear my own thoughts and just kind of figure out and understand like, okay, what's mine and what's not.
Outside of like just tuning it out and stepping away from it, how are some ways that like you kind of not try to allow it to affect you mentally?
I just go out and so it's funny because like
one of your favorite phrases that you like to say is "get out and touch grass."
Yeah, I mean but that's what I was just about to say. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just go live life. I don't know. Like it's like, and that's the crazy part, and that's why I say it's like a double-edged sword because like through social media I find like different communities, different things and events, to do, but then in that same breath, I like be like I'm not doing it. Like I'm comparing and looking at other people's life. Like I'm not doing it enough. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not So it's like put my feet in some grass. Reading.
You do love to read. I'll be forgetting that. I'll be finding you just off in the corner somewhere, like just reading. I'm like, all right, goddamn bookworm.
I really think what else? Yeah, really honestly, like read like I'm really trying to like, and I think that's a big part of why I want to take a detox now, so that I can make time for other things. Because like I would say probably like reading and maybe like just chilling, watching TV is kind of like what I do to kind of get my mind like out of that chaos. But I need other forms of like
No, I got you. So like the reason for like when it comes to the mental effect of social media that plays a part on you, like I sent you even within the notes, like it has effect on us with like with a lot of us, we do a lot of comparison. It's comparison culture. Like when we intake other people's social medias and all that type of stuff, we see what they have, like the have and the have nots. Oh, they have this car. I want that car. They have this house. They live in this lifestyle. I don't have that. I don't have this, that, and third. So we do a lot of comparison. So we're intaking a lot of stuff when it's like, is this reality? Is this not reality? Like, how is this affecting us mentally when we're constantly consuming in so much of this social media?
Quick question. I didn't, I was thinking I had a quick question. Oh, that was the question. So let me ask you this. Do you think that, like, do you feel that you would aspire, if it was, like, do you think you would aspire for more? Or, because I feel like I do agree. Like we went, the whole, the have and the have-nots. But then I also wonder and question, like for me, it's like, would I aspire to want more in my personal life if I wasn't exposed to different things or ways of life?
So it's good to be able to see like that stuff, so therefore you can aspire to want more. But sometimes, like depending on how we are, like even with myself, sometimes I'll be seeing stuff, and I like due to like my upbringing, due to me not having as much confidence in myself with a lot of things, there will be times where I compare myself and it's in a negative way, rather than it, oh damn, I don't have that, I aspire to have that, so therefore I'm gonna do what I can to get that. It just more so I don't have that now. It starts to really like bring you down because you feel like that you can't obtain it, or that you don't have the ability to do so in those type of regards. You know what I'm saying?
So then, how would you say, where do you get how do you get inspiration or like find that motivation? Like, because I think we all have to have something we kind of like, an idea. We can have an idea or a feeling of what we want, but then to actually see it makes it,
So it depending on what it is that I'm trying to get inspired from. Like if it's just like anything creative wise, like yes, I can go on what's that app called? Pinterest. I go on Pinterest. Sometimes I go on different people's like websites or their Instagrams, like depending on like the business Instagrams, not their personal ones. Like unless they're creative, then I will go on there. And a lot of times I will probably just like go to like different locations and see like if anything sparks my brain to be creative. That stuff helps me, but doing the doom scroll, that don't necessarily help me too much. That just puts me in a box and makes me just be down and takes away from my inspiration.
What would you say like the percentage of what would you say the percentage of you actually using social media for creativity and inspiration versus just like doom scrolling, distraction, and entertainment?
I say 70-30 right now. 70-30, 30 for inspiration, 70 doom scroll. Now I can make it more 50-50 or 70-30 the opposite way. It just all depends on like my mindset and where I'm at in that moment.
So let me ask you, do you think that 70-30 how do you feel like that has affected your mental health in the say last past 3 months?
So my brain is very, very weird because it be times where like the noise don't affect me, and then the other times that it does. It just all depends on the moment where, like, sometimes where people upset you and it takes a while for things to really like boil over. It just adds more water into the cup, and then once it hit that point, now it's a wrap. That's how it be for me at times. It takes a while for things to really start to affect me, but it was always like the little things here and there. So I don't know, like maybe if I honestly just like tuned into what is it that I want to do and just stay tuned into that instead of like changing the station on the radio. If I stay tuned into that one station, then it will be more 70-30 the other way, rather than it be more so, like I'm doing this doom scroll, like now it's affecting me constantly because I'm taking in all this information from stuff that's not serving me any purpose. That's what I believe. But yeah, a lot of that comparison, it definitely gives towards things like anxiety, low self-esteem, and for some people who feel like they physically they don't look the best, body dysmorphia. They have identity. The identity becomes performance, and short attention spans. Like I had said earlier, hey, a lot of people cannot stay tuned into anything, like taking like long form content or whatever. They need that. They need it in short bursts. I tend to find myself doing that at times. So I'm like, damn, it's kind of long. I don't feel like looking at this right now.
See, I could watch long content. I just want so to exit. And like, people think I'm crazy. Like, I was so excited when they introduced the 3X speed on like YouTube. I was like, that was very nerdy. But no, like, I consume lots of long form content on top of like short. So it's a whole bunch of like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But one thing I did want to kind of like ask you about, because I think this is like one thing that I struggle with as well, with us being like, entrepreneurs and having a podcast and being public facing. Right. The what was it, performance identity or
identity becomes performance.
Identity becomes performance based. Mm-hmm. That is one thing I would say, even throughout like us doing this podcast, that I struggle with, because I know and I'm aware that I don't want to like become a character, or like be like performing or like trying to make content, or always trying to be perfect, or always trying to like, I don't really want to be worried about the numbers, or like, it's just like I really just want to show up as like my authentic self and like find those, find that community. Right. But then it's kind of difficult because it's like doing things like the slow, organic way, like, true to yourself, that stuff does take time, especially for it to start like taking care of you. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because like it's easy, anybody could like put on a character, and now I'm an entrepreneur and I'm selling you courses and like to make money, but like my desire is not like my reach that conflict, because I don't like, I want to do this just for the fun of it, but I also want to depend you. So what are your thoughts on that as like
So it's more like a one hand wash the other. Sometimes you gotta put on a little bit of a performance, but you can stay true to who you are while putting on the performance. Like, you don't have to really like go out and not be like Patrick, or like for me, I kind of put on a different persona with doing here. Like if it helps with like giving you the confidence, and if it helps you be able to do what naturally you like to do. Like for me, I don't have that much confidence, but if me turning into JR gives me the confidence to do all the stuff that I need to do, then it's not a negative, that's a positive, because like, yes, you're performing because you are putting on a mask or a character, but it's allowing you to really like be true to who you really are, what you like to do.
No, let me ask you this though. So let's say playing the character JR, and that's what, you pop, and that's what solidifies you. Do you not feel, would you feel like the need that like you have to stay bound to that? But you came in, as you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Like the thing is, like, they're both the same person. Me as Darren and me as JR, we both the same person. It's just putting on that persona just helps them give me more confidence.
No, I know that. So I'm saying, like, what I mean by that is, it's like, okay, let's say, like, for example, JR is like, very like charismatic, very like his focus may be podcasting and traumaless and this, that, and the third. And then he might change and like behind his eyes, I want to be the best rapper there is, and you get what I'm saying. But it's like I guess the best way to say it is me. I have a problem with identifying what it is that I want to do or how I want to show up, because I don't want to be boxed in. I don't want to be stuck into like one thing.
So I hear where you're coming from. It's just like that persona in itself is fluent. It can do whatever you choose for it to be, because that's who you are. If your mind changes from being a podcaster to somebody who wants to do pottery, like, okay, now that persona takes on that, where it's like, all right, yeah, you're trying to, like, you want to do pottery now, you're not doing podcasting. Or if you go from pottery to want to be a sous chef, then you're chaining with the wind, and you're just doing it to the most highest potential that you feel like you can do, because your persona is that. It gives you that confidence to really do so. Not because it's really like taking over who you are now, unless you just like embody that, and now you out here fighting people because now like, oh well, I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker out here. Like now it's like okay, like now you taking it a little bit too far. Like what's the boy like Tariq off Power? A lot of motherfuckers was coming at him like, damn, I fucking hate you. It's like damn, like it's just a show. Like that's the character. That's not me.
True.
So like if you start embodying those things where
Let me ask you this real quick. What would be some tips you would give to somebody to create their character? Like a quick 3.
one, I'll say identify your flaws. I mean, like, what is it that your character is trying to be? Like, who is it that you need that character to become for the forefront of things? Another one will probably be like, what is? I never think about this at all.
I mean, if that's just your main big one, I just kind of wanted to know, like, you know, how would you, you know?
Like it's just really hard. Like I really ain't never think about it. I just
Your character is still in development.
No, I just knew. Like that's what I said. I just knew where my shortcomings was. So based off of my shortcomings, I'm like, all right, that's who this person is going to be. Now, that's within this space.
I was just going to ask, so my question would be, how do you implement JR into your other areas of like that character?
Now that's a bit more difficult now because it's like you're trying to turn your mindset into somebody else, really. Like within the realm that you naturally feel like you will be comfortable in, like it's a little bit easier compared to trying to be in a position that you're not naturally comfortable in, because the person who you are is comfortable. Like for me, I'm comfortable in the podcast setting, but I feel like that I need a little bit more confidence doing it. So therefore, my alter ego, my other persona allows me to be able to embody that. But if I was to go outside and be like, oh, let's go to a party, and then you like go try to spit game to these joints and everything, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like I ain't comfortable. Like that's not my lane. I'm not really that good with that side of things. So the other persona, like he might be good with that, but it's just about what is it that they serve a purpose for. Like they don't serve a purpose for that, then it's like, yeah, you might not have that mindset centered around that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I believe when it comes to for that stuff. You had another question for me? Oh, I was about to say. But as far as, because we talked about like different, like outside of like the podcast area and doing different things, and when it comes to the personas, like now we're going to move into relationships and social skills. Because the fact that you talk about going out and talking to people, how does social media affect your relationships and social skills?
For me, in a sense, it could give me a false sense of reality of like how people are, or with people, like just where people's mentalities or mindsets are. And in a sense, it also has made me like afraid to like speak and share like, you know, how I feel, because like I always got this constant, like it's just based off like just being constantly consuming social media. It makes you feel like everything you say, like people are ready to like cancel you or like, you know, argue with you or like view you, or like I said, put you in a certain type of box. So it does it did kind of like make me develop this show. And it's kind of funny to say that. It's like I'm in the show, but not in the show, because, you know, let y'all tell it, I can talk to anybody.
Yeah, you're a goddamn social butterfly.
But, and that's the thing, and that's why I say I feel like social media has really kind of like clipped my wings, because it's like, it just like, it has made me not be, like, it just has made me lose my voice, as much as it's crazy as it sounds.
So, what is it that you would need to do for you to really like kind of get your wings back or to gain that voice back? Like, is it just more so just cutting out social media altogether?
I
Or
wouldn't say cutting out social media altogether because, like I said, it's definitely a tool for me. I just think I have to put more emphasis on my actual social, in-person relationships, like, and actually, having like these conversations, like instead of like just looking and ruminating on the post that I see on social media, actually like go to a friend, like, hey, what do you think about? Like, actually, create these dialogue, take the social media world and bring it into real life.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. Like, cause like I said, with social media and this like with social skills and stuff like that, a lot of us like we suffer due to the fact that we are on social media so much that we don't know how to read the rooms at times, like because we lack that face to face. Like we don't get that a lot.
Another thing I will also say is it's like it's easy to make assumptions or like judge people because of social media.
Yeah, that is true.
Because like
that's what we're putting out there.
Yeah, because through social media you like formulate certain biases or certain opinions or views about like a person or how they may show up or how they may react or like if a person does this, they're this type of person, and so it's like whenever you actually experience that in real person, it can mess up your you have a preconceived judgment and it can be different than what it actually is.
That honestly happens in person as well. Like, cause like if I see a young lady walking down the street and she's dressed a certain type of way, got tattoos and everything, you automatically gonna have a certain thought process that she is probably a certain type of way because of how she looks. Like a lot of people, they like, oh, like they see a black man with locks walking down the street, tattoos and everything. They think he up to no good, especially if you got a hood on, like, or you listen to nothing but rap music. They gonna have a real thought process, thinking like, yeah, this guy, he ain't nothing but a hood on.
Do you think that social media has helped? Like, how do you think that played a part on like? Do you think it's about the same, or do you think it has made people's social biases and like?
I think it just validated people. I think it really just helped their validations, especially like towards the black community. Because if before you didn't have access to seeing a lot of things towards like black people, like like everything was just like a speculation. It's just a thought process, thinking, oh yeah, they might be like this. In order to formulate your mindset toward black people, you had to experience them face to face. Like, oh, this person robbed me. This person likes to do X, Y, and Z. That is face to face. That is in person. That's what you actually experienced, first-hand experience. Now you don't need that first-hand experience. Now you can just look on social media, listen to music, watch rap videos, look at the regular like Instagram videos, like the girls twerking. They all over here popping they shit. They over here saying fuck these niggas, take their money and all that. Like it really allows other people to sit down and be like, oh, they ain't no good.
No. Let's play a little devil's advocate.
We do it to ourselves as well.
So what if, playing devil's advocate, what if those people like, the rap, the da-da-da, what if they're playing their character?
A lot of them are. Like, a lot of them, like, are playing the character, which is not wrong, like, get to your money, but also you gotta understand that the older people we understand, like, all right, like, some of these people ain't really living that type of life.
Right.
So it's like, I like to hear it, but that's not what I do, so I ain't about to do it. But the young, impressionable minds that are listening, they can't differentiate the two. They think that this character is that person, and some of them might really be. But it's like, now they're taking that on. It's like, oh, damn, like, I want to follow in their footsteps. It's like, that's not what you want to do. Like, so I don't know why social media is having this big of an influence on the kids nowadays. Well, I think it's probably just the fact that they're raised in it. Like, but it's really hard. It's really hard to really like sit here and get their brains to unplug from it.
It makes me think like, why do you and it's kind of still on this like the realm of like the effect it has on like social skills and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think a lot of people would say they are very like anxious or have social anxiety and don't know how to like, as much as we get on the app and like communicate and share our thoughts, why do you think it's more difficult?
Because I genuinely think that it's just because we don't have the practice of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't around a lot. Granted, we go to school, like, so we have to be in social environments, but due to either not growing up being social and being pushed into these social environments and made for us to be like, hey, go out, make some friends, talk, be in these rooms and all that type of stuff. I think just a lot of times like the social awareness tends to break down because of the fact that we're not forced into that anymore. Kids back in the day, they didn't have social media. Me growing up, there was social media, but we more so got outside. We played sports. We like got out. We went to parties and all that type of stuff. I ain't go to parties, but that's what a lot of us did. So like our social skills are more advanced compared to a lot of the other kids nowadays, where it's like they are behind the screens. They aren't getting out. They're staying indoors.
And I just also had another thought I realized as well, like social media has become very transactional. And that has a big like effect on like, relationships, because it's just like you're all, instead of like actually, like you said, you're looking for quick first, we're always looking right away. We want to know what value are we getting from you? How can I benefit from you? Yeah. It's like you get what I'm saying? As opposed to, the more traditional ways that you kind of took your time. You had to go outside and play with somebody and have conversation with them, and you couldn't go to their Instagram profile and see like, oh, he knows this person, this person, he does and now you done made your basic social credits. You get social.
I'm gonna give you something else that's added towards that. Like, I don't know if you remember, but the blue check. Before, you had to earn that from doing different things.
Like before, it was like, I feel like you only got that unless you was like really like top.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You had to earn that. Like, you had to really like do certain stuff. Like, either had met people, really done put in work and all that. Like that, the blue check was a validation standpoint. Everybody wanted that blue check to validate themselves so much. You was like at some point they was like, know what? All you gotta do is just pay for it. Everybody wants that validation, and they're not putting in none of the work to get that validation. Even when it comes to relationships, like whether or not it's romantic or platonic, nobody's willing to really put in any of the work because they see everything is given to them so easily. Like nowadays on social media, whether or not it's relationships, like between man and woman, like since stuff is just, here you go. Like I can just go on to the next one because I'm not being validated here. I can go somewhere else because everything is just given to you on social media that you think that it's going to be the best way to go do it. Like, I don't know why they do that shit. Like, I don't know what they do. Like, here, everybody just go buy the blue check. It's okay. You can buy followers. But,
12 minutes.
Okay. Now, how does social media affect men and women? What do you think is the difference between like how it affects both of them?
I mean, just reading through it, if I'm being honest, I think it's interchangeable. If I'm being honest. But I do want to talk about like, how do you think? I want to make it more like how do you think us as men it affects us? What do you feel like?
So
for you as a man.
So for me, I'll say this. It automatically there's a target on me as a black man, not just in the world. So when social media is putting into the light of how how black men are seen as abusers. Black men are seen as people that just run away from like fatherhood. As black men aren't to be trusted. That we don't love our black women and all that type of stuff. It automatically puts me and us black men in a certain light. That now how I start to feel is as if we aren't cared for. We don't matter. It's like we could just be thrown to the wayside. So as I start to like sit down and think about me as a man, how it affects me, it starts to make me feel anxious. It starts to make me feel a little bit depressed. It starts to make me feel like I'm closed off to other people and not want to open up to them. Because as soon as I open up my mouth and say, this is what I need, this is what I like, these are my preferences, it's automatically thrown back at me. Like, it's automatically made it seem like, oh, you aren't allowed to have an opinion. Whether or not it's towards other women or just people in general. It's like what we say and what we feel do not matter. And I don't know. It's really weird when it comes to us men in general, but as far as like social media, it's really made it so therefore that we are the lesser creature and that we don't matter. Like, oh, just get rid of men, just use them for their money. Overall, it's like, damn, like we aren't human beings. Like, especially black men, we are seen as less than dogs. Dogs are cared for more than black men.
To me, one of the things that it does do for me is bring up a lot of resentment and anger. I get very frustrated. And I realized that today too, like a lot, and I guess maybe a lot, like this is a man thing, but just like our like sadness or disappointment, like all the different emotions we feel, we only know how to, I know how to only show it as like anger, irritation, frustration. And I'm not gonna lie, I get tired of like feeling like that, or just always being upset, or just always feeling like this chip on my shoulder, this the need to prove myself. Yeah, and then just always feeling like as a man, like you just can't, you just gotta push through, you know, you can't have the weak moments. Like, no matter how bad it is, like you just gotta get through it.
And that's like, unfortunately, that's something that society is pushing onto us as men, because a lot of times, like, and ourselves, like we put it on ourselves as well. But as far as like what women say that they want from a man, they want a man that's going to be strong, that's going to be a leader, that's somebody that's going to be able to protect them and provide for them. They want all the traditional values from a relationship from back in the day. And it's like, that's good and dandy, but then if we're not being cared for mentally either, then you're going to get the traditional outcome, which a lot of times back in the day, they were putting their hands on their women. Like, people don't talk about that. Like, they don't talk about what the man also goes through. I had a conversation with a couple of different people when it came towards like the mentality of men. Like, they say, like you just spoke on the emotion of anger. Like, that's because of the fact that that's the emotion that's accepted that men are able to show. We're not allowed to be able to show sadness or weakness or us just being vulnerable. Because as soon as we speak our vulnerability, what does it do? It held against us. Like, so it's at some point in time, it's like we need these spaces between men to be able to actually speak on a lot of these things and be able to hold ourselves down and be like, yo, bro, it's okay. You can cry. Like, ain't nobody else gonna judge you. Like, it's okay. So that like us as men, we gotta do a better job with keeping ourselves in check emotionally and allowing us to be able to feel our emotions and like when it comes to society putting all this pressure on us and women as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. I do got a final question for you, real quick. Like, with everything that has been said, do you feel like social media is good or bad?
My honest and truth answer, I don't think anything is good or bad. It just really comes down to the intention of it. Like, the pure idea of what social media is, it's not a good or a bad idea, it's just an idea. I just really think you have to be mindful and very intentional about social media.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, you may wind up having, it may be bad for you. But if you're intentional about it, it may be the best thing that ever happened in your life.
Okay. Well, I got these 3 things for good things to say about social media, and then we're gonna wrap it up. It helps bring mental health awareness, because in today's time, like now, social media and people are constantly pushing mental health. It helps keep people in touch and together. A lot of times, like friends, we move apart. Like, yes, we got phones, but it allows us just to be able to stay updated in people's life. Because sometimes, like, the days be daying, weeks keep going, months go into years. Like, so we don't get to really like hear from each other and don't get to see what's all going on in people's life by just talking to each other. And lastly, it allows people to know that there are more things to life than what we know. They spoke on it earlier, like touched on it briefly, but when there's more out there, like seeing other places that people live at, people showing the different things, who go travel and all that, you're like, oh my God, I never knew that another like country or another area looked as good. Like, I would love to live there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this type of job out there, or this, that, and the third. Like, people are doing this. I can make money being a masseuse, or I can make money doing X, Y, and Z. Social media has opened up a lot of ways for people to really like start to explore their life more.
Expand their horizon.
Exactly. Thank you. Better phrase. So those are some good and positive things towards social media in itself. We touched on a lot of the bad side. There were some things that you said that was good, but we definitely touched on a lot of bad side. I just wanted to definitely bring some goodness towards it as well. I don't want to end off on negative.
No, I definitely. I agree. I feel like ultimately it's just a tool. That's all it is. And don't let the tool control you. You control the tool.
I like that.
No, dude.
What you mean now?
No, I'm actually surprised you didn't say it. I seen, if I would have said something like that on any other given day, you would have been just waiting until I finished to be like.
Honestly, blame my friend. Like, we be on the game a lot and all that type shit, and every single little thing that I say, like, we playing basketball. Basketball speak, like, it's a different language. You can't take it as what it is. And him and his brother, they be like, no, Diddy, hey, yo. I'm like, come on. But that's another conversation. But that's all you got.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's all the time we have for today, everybody. If you like this episode, make sure that you follow, like, comment, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms at Traumaless Podcast. If you'd like to support, go to our social media. My fault. Go to our website at www.traumalessapparel.com, or you can donate to our Cash App at Officially Traumaless. Please go to our comments and leave your comments, your questions, or any of your concerns, like anything that you might want to have a conversation with us about. Like, again, I'm your host, JR. This is my co-host, man.
I thought you would let me speak for myself.
I normally let you do that on my intro.
And I can't say goodbye to the people.
Hell no. It's like, nah, go ahead.
I already said goodbye.
Anyway, stay tuned to the next episode. We out.